Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Please consider subscribing to my channel. Today I'm gonna tell you about the newest fragrance in the Belle line, which is Rose Extraordinaire. And I was a bit hesitant whether I should even try this fragrance because this fragrance has three types of roses, which is the original one that I have here. It has no rose at all. Well, it's still a fragrance that so many people like and so many people hate. It's quite polarizing fragrance, but it's very sweet. It's sweet. It has patchouli. It has white flowers, so it's quite strong and potent fragrance. So let's talk about the newest addition to this line, and it has bergamot, stamps, greens, orange. It has three roses, as I've told you: damask rose, and rose water. Just iris, amber sun, musk, moss, woody notes, and sandalwood. So it's quite a complicated and quite a vast kind of pyramid. So when I went to the store and I searched for this fragrance, I sprayed it on me and I was like, is this the fragrance that I'm supposed to smell? Is this a fragrance that I'm supposed to test? Is this the one? Because I was preparing myself to some very strong, very overpowering rose, like dominant rose fragrance, and it wasn't. It wasn't like that. Well, I don't like roses. But I do have some fragrances that have roses in them, but as usual, I don't. I kind of stay away from rose because it gives me headache, and sometimes it's too oily, and sometimes it's kind of old fashioned. And but this fragrance is nothing like it. I'm not saying that I like this fragrance. I had a sample, and by the way, my sample, it didn't actually last me that long. I mean, I do know that lately Lancome and all the brands, they put just 1 milliliter, 1.2 milliliters in a sample, but that one, I don't know, it just didn't last even 2 days. It was like a day and a half. But anyway, I did have my kind of I understood the fragrance, so I'm ready to talk about the fragrance right now. The fragrance opens up like a green and fresh fragrance, which is quite unexpected. Even though I have saw the pyramid, and I've seen that the bergamot is inside, and I was like, well, but it has three roses, and plus, if you have seen the bottle is stunning, by the way. The bottle is very, very beautiful. It has this kind of um indentations on the bottle that are like forming a rose, kind of is like the symbol of the rose. It's beautiful, really. And and at last there's something different. So basically, it opens up very fresh and very green, and it's thanks to the green notes and the bergamot. And then the rose itself, it is not a rose that I was expecting. I was expecting something strong, something very straightforward, and something very, very rosy. What I got was a light rose, like a very, very light, not even red rose, not a pink rose, but like a white rose, like morning dew covered rose, something like that. Quite pleasant. I can tell you that it was pleasant, and I'm not giving compliments to the roses frequently or easily. So it's a good, it's variable, it's not overpowering, it's quite nice and light rose, I have to say. Well, it has some iris obviously as well, and it has some kind of wooden base of the fragrance. So all in all, I do kind of like the fragrance. I think that if you're on the market for a light rose fragrance, do not be scared away from this fragrance by the three roses in it, because I know I would be so much scared to even try this fragrance, but it kind of the curiosity prevailed, so I kind of decided to go out and test the fragrance, and I'm pleasantly surprised. Now, it's not like I'm gonna get the fragrance, but not because I dislike the fragrance. In fact, I kind of like the fragrance. Why I wouldn't get the fragrance? First of all, it has rose, and if there's the rose, I kind of tend to stay away from the fragrance. But the second is that I don't think that this fragrance is such an extraordinary or different fragrance. I mean, it is different from the original La Vie Belle, obviously, but in terms of fragrances as a whole, it's fruity and rosy and green. It's a typical green rose. I would say it's quite a boring fragrance. I mean, it's generic. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. It's generic. Is it bad? No, it's not a bad fragrance. Can I live without this fragrance? Obviously, I can. If should I be a rose fragrance lover? Uh, would I need to buy this fragrance? Well, obviously, it's up to you to decide if you like roses, but I don't think that that's an extraordinary fragrance. I don't think so. And more than that, I don't think that this fragrance lasts quite a lot on the skin in particular. As I have told you, I had a standard sample, 1.2 milliliters of Lancome sample, and it didn't last long on me. I had to constantly add spritzes of the fragrance to kind of smell the whiffs of this fragrance to make it last. So I would say that the staying power is kind of average. Sillage, it has sillage, but it's also quite average. The fragrance is quite average. Uh, while I think that this is a good and wholesome addition to the line, um, if we are talking about fragrances as a whole, is it different from so many roses on the market? It is not. Is it different to be a part of this collection? Is it different enough to be a part of this collection? Yes. I do think that it's different enough to be inserted in the collection, but if you are a die-hard fan of La Vie Belle and you collect them all, this would be a fragrance for you. You should go out and test it and probably buy it because it's good, it's pleasant, it's wearable, it's crowd pleasing fragrance, it's easy to wear, it's day to night, it's good. This is a good and solid release in if we are talking about in terms of this collection. But if we're talking like widely in terms of fragrances as a whole, I don't think it's so much different from so many kind of green rosy fragrances. It doesn't stand out. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. But it's not bad. That isn't bad. And I have to tell one more thing. Again, I have to repeat myself that if you are not a lover of roses, if you stay away from them, if you would like still to find a rose that wouldn't be scary for you, go out and try this one, because it wasn't scary for me, and I usually am kind of scared of roses. So it's a solid release, it's a good release. Is it something extraordinary? It's not. Is it pleasant? It is. So it's up to you. If you love roses, then I'm sure that you will like it because it's very likable. It's very likable. It's very easy to approach. It's very easy to be around this fragrance. Yeah, so this is my review, and I do hope that I helped you with this review to kind of understand if you want even to go out and try it in the store or not. I thank you for your attention, and we'll meet you. I'll meet you next Wednesday. And have a nice Sunday. Bye.